Hello everyone, and welcome to another video on Equalum How-To. Today's topic will be making replication simple using Equalum Replication Groups. Normally when you come into Equalum, you're looking in our classic view with sources on the left and targets on the right with flows in the center. To get to the replication process, all we need to do is click our toggle and we can go into the replication mode. In this mode, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our sources and we're going to replicate it to one of our targets. And the way we do that is by adding a replication group. And this process is very easy and very simple. The first thing you do is just click to add another replication group. We'll give the replication group a name, and I'm just going to give it RG1 to begin with here. And we select our source, and in this case I'm going after an Oracle source, and then we select our target. And in this case, why don't we just go ahead and select Postgres to be our target. And from the Postgres, we have different areas, different schemas that we can replicate into. And in this case, we'll replicate into Equalum or public. It doesn't matter. We'll choose public. And so now I'm replicating from Oracle to Postgres. And in this case, what we do to get the tables that we want to replicate, we put in some table pattern match that we want to do. And you can do as many table patterns as you would like. So the first thing we'll do is we'll add one, and we're going to select a schema. In this case, I'm going to select the OT schema out of Oracle. And then I'm going to come over in the table matching pattern, and I'm going to put a percent to get everything. And I'm going to include it instead of excluding it. And at this point, I'll generate a list. And when I come down, I can see here's the list of tables that are within the OT schema. If I notice there's a couple in here that I may not want, I can either click on those, and what it will do is it will remove them. And I can as easily just click to include them back in, and they'll be included back in. And I selected a total of 15 tables, as you can see. Now, one of the other things we can do to eliminate them, we can come back up and we can select another table pattern matching, and I can select everything that I want to. One of the things I can do is I can select everything within the database, which normally you would not really want to do. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to select my OT schema again. And those tables that I want to exclude started with an EQ. So I'm doing EQ percent, and I'm going to exclude those tables and regenerate my list. And now my list went to 13 tables. Once you're satisfied that you've got the tables you want, then normally what you're going to do is just click on validate. Now, the validate does exactly what you would expect it does. It validates to make sure that we have the capabilities to create in the schema, in the target that we've selected, these tables and actually have authority to do that. The thing you'll notice is it does a little bit more. You can see here, I already have these tables being streamed and duplicated already from Oracle into Postgres. So what I'm going to do, and I left that just so that you could see that it catches things more than just, do I have the capabilities? These tables are already being generated and replicated, so there's no sense in doing it a second time. I'm going to remove them. And once I do that, at this point, I can create those replications, and we'll go ahead and create it. And if we go over to our replication group here, you can see that it's in the process of creating, and in a minute here, it's active. So we have just created a group of 8 tables to be replicated. And if we go back to our normal classic view, what we would see is we would see our flows here for each one of these. And what we can do is we can take any one of these flows that's doing the replication, such as customers here, and we can actually edit this flow and get into doing things such as transformations. And we can basically get rid of that, bring this over into the transform, We can take the transform, push it back out, and we can actually put some transformation in here, such as customer ID, for example. We could just go ahead and just say with simplicity, we'll change it to an integer. And so at this point, oh, sorry, put it in, typing in the wrong spot on the demo. That's not good, but we'll come down here to the customer ID definition and change it to an integer. And at this point, what we've done is we've now created a transformation on one of the replications that was in process. At this point, we pretty much have done a complete replication. Now, the replication is doing exactly what you think it would do. It's actually doing a change data capture initially on the tables, and then it's turning into a change data capture. So as things get changed within Oracle, it's actually getting changed within the Postgres database. At this point, this is the simplest form of doing replication. As you well know, there is many different things that you can do and many different options that we can do on the replications to enhance it, such as changing your data type mapping and things of that nature. But for a more in-depth demo of what you can do with replication groups and how simple it is, please contact us at www.equalum.io. Thank you very much.